Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it's a follow-up to the original n8n SEO blog automation which I did last week and it really blew up. So people have added some feedback how it can be improved. So we have implemented them and today's video will show you what has changed. So we have supercharged the research pipeline with more intelligent nodes powered by Perplexity and SERP API calls, added a humanization layer to make every article feel naturally written and Google friendly, and upgraded our image generation engine from ChatGPT to insanely good Nano Banana. And to top it off, our automation now is fully omnichannel, meaning your finalized blogs can automatically sync to Google Drive. Let me show you. It goes to Google Drive, Notion pages, and WordPress. This is a massive jump from the old setup, so let's dive in and see how powerful new system really is. So let me just open the raw material we are providing it right now. So I will open this sheet which you can find in the description for free. In the guide I have attached which mention everything in detail. It has the downloadable assets as well as the images of the automation as well as the general step to implement it along with the JSON file. Also, if you want to learn more of such automation, please consider joining my Skool community which is currently free till 100 members, and after it will be paid. All right, so let's start. So first you have to do your keyword research and title finalization and put everything here, like 10 real world use case of n8n for workflow automation. Then we have attached keywords and set the status to pending. When we run the automation, it will finalize these titles and article. Here will be the link of the article in Google Drive and the SEO title and description. Okay, let's hit the run button and see what we get. So we have received, this is the thing we need to work on, title we need to work on. After that, it will loop over each item, do a perplexity plus SERP research. So SERP are the widgets which you see on your web page. For example, if I do a okay, let me just grab the title, we'll copy this and search for this. So these are different elements you see on your Google that are SERP. These video elements are SERP video elements. Then there are discussion, there are this summary. All this comes under SERP, right? Once that done and perplexity research is done, what we do is clean up the research and compose a refined title. Then we set up what are the key takeaways that users should go away with after reading the article. Then we draw a outline of the blog so that it stays structured, not produce random article each time. So we draw outline of what it needs to produce. Then after that we produce the blog. Now there is a part that is very crucial. It sees whether the blog is under certain word limits. For example, here it is let me check. Yeah, it's 2000 words. Okay, you can change it according to your needs. I have kept it 2000 because I really don't want a long article. So it checks, AI agent checks whether the article is really long or not. If so the article is long, then this AI agent makes it under 2000 words. Then there is a post humanizer agent which makes your article sound less chat GPT and more humanish. After that, this is the part we have done, but we are using external API to check whether these are deactivated because I was testing it, but we will activate it and run the entire thing, don't worry. The third party agent checks whether the contents look chat GPT or not using AI detect plus APIs. If the AI content is AI, we run a AI humanizer agent again from AI detect plus. After that, we compose a HTML of the generated article. Then we generate a metadata based on the metadata and the prompt as well as prompt. So we generate prompt here. You can see in the structure output, we ask for image prompt for this particular blog that is generated using Nano Banana. After that, it is saved, and since we have the article, HTML article as well as the image, we save everything in Google Drive, Notion and WordPress. Okay, so let's start and we will build the entire setup one by one okay, with each node configured in. All right, let's start. First, we will start with a schedule node, because let's say when we need to produce article every day at 7 a.m., we can configure that part. Currently it's midnight, you can see it's midnight. So once that done, we will extract all the post that is in our Google Sheet. You can find the template in the description. We will check what all statuses are pending, then we will fetch those records. After that, we will loop over each item and set few details based on the data we receive, which will be title and the keyword, because those are the only input we are receiving. Once that is done, we will start with our keyword research. For that, we will use the AI agent and configure it. Okay, I will show what will be the specific configuration. So you need to use define below, okay, source of prompt, then define this particular prompt, and these are the data we are receiving from the Google Sheet. It has mentioned what it needs to done. Then we also mentioned we required output in a specific format, and we have given the system prompt as well. Okay, you can find everything in the description. Okay, now we need to attach few things. First, because it gives you more control over the schema compared to a sample JSON. Okay, it differs the schema from this input, but when you define exactly, you get more control. Okay, now I'm gonna delete this and connect this one, which has, it needs to return us SEO intent, search intent, writing style, writing tone, hidden insight. Let me zoom in. uh, yep, hidden insight, target audience, goal of article, semantic analysis, etc, etc, etc. There are many things here. Keyword, semantic analysis. Yeah, once we will connect this node here, now we need to attach some tool also. Okay, for tool we are going to use a SERP API by Google. You can simply sign up to the API and you get like 100 monthly search for free, completely for free. So you make sure to use that, and we will connect that to the tools. Okay, and you can attach multiple tools here. So I'm going to use this and activate this. Then I'm going to use another tool via Wikipedia. Wikipedia, there is no configuration you can do to Wikipedia. You can simply attach this as a tool. All right, so Wikipedia is configured and connected to the tools. Now this will do our SERP research and keyword insight. Now we will add another node which will store all the data from this particular research. Let me execute this part to see what we are going to receive. It's going to take some time because it is actually checking Google and other search engines for the results. So we'll wait and configure the another node, that is the Perplexity node. Now we are using Perplexity API, so you need to sign up for that and buy few credits like $5 or $10 credit, and it will last you more than enough. Okay, then you need to configure the authentication. So for the authentication, select generic type credential, bearer token, and then add your own. Okay, then go to add new credential and provide the token that Perplexity provides you. All right, now this is done. Now we are going to configure the JSON schema. So we are going to use Sonar Pro model, and we are going to set web search option to maximum of 10 pages. You can increase or decrease it based on your budget and your quality of input or output you want from it. Okay, I have kept it 10 because on 10 it has provided me better value of money as well as the quality of output. Okay, and then I have given a prompt. You are a professional blog content strategist and SEO copywriter. Your role is to research topic deeply, etc, etc. Then there is another, this is the system prompt and this is the user prompt. Okay, this is configured. Now we have received some data. Okay, you see we got search intent. Let me show you JSON. We got search intent, writing style, writing tone, hidden insight. While many n8n use case focus on technical automation and integration, a notable insight is that emphasis on community driven workflow templates that democratize automation, allowing non-technical user to adopt and customize the workflow automation easily. Basically, make automation non-coder friendly. All right, that's the hidden insight, and that will help you rank. Okay, target audience are business professional, IT teams, and automation enthusiasts like you and me. Goal is to educate reader, so everything is very neatly researched for us, as you can see. Now, to top it off all, we are going to use a perplexity research as well, and we will hit execute. So this is the reason I set up everything and then execute, because each time it's gonna run the entire thing and consume the API credits. So if you don't want to do that, you can simply pin the data. There is option to pin the data here. You see, okay, you can't pin this particular data, but few times you can pin the data. Okay, this does not provide the pinning. Okay, let's go and let's see what Perplexity has provided us. So you say citations, you see titles, search intent analysis, the ultimate guide, silverback strategy, search intent. Okay, so there are many things which it has written us regarding the automation. Also, do make sure to update this. I was using the JSON. It won't be JSON. It will set input.item.json.title, and I will execute it again because it was returning the wrong results. Okay, because the input was not provided correctly. Right, let's move forward. It will do the research, then we will save the research somewhere nicely. Set up link, clean up links. Okay, so it will produce a well formatted Perplexity result, because Perplexity provides citation and everything. We do not need that right now. Okay, then we will set the research, what it produce, then we will merge the research of Perplexity as well as SERP in a one node. Okay, these are the things which are provided by the SERP, and this is the research that is provided by Perplexity. Okay, so okay, now we have results. See, okay, now we have the better result. You see, 7165 automation templates, n8n, top 96 IT operations. So it has done the Google research and found the articles for us. Okay, top, okay, 10 insane business use case in n8n. So we have the titles, URL, and the snippets. Right, let's move forward. Now the research part is done. Okay, research part is done. Now we need to generate refined title. So for that, I'm going to use an AI agent. Now this particular agent will be using Claude 3.5 Haiku model, because it will produce more refined content and less GPT's content, because we all know Claude is better in copywriting tasks. So I'm going to use the cheapest Claude model there is, that is 4.5 Haiku. But let me know if there is any other model which is more cost effective than this one and produce better content. If you want to save money, you can simply use 4.1 mini. The results are not equal, but cost is widely cheap compared to 3.5 Haiku. Okay, now this will refine the title for us. We have provided the data. Next thing we will do is to set a key takeaway, and I'm going to use a set node everywhere, because it becomes harder to drill down the output of these agents. So I'm going to store everything nicely in this set nodes. All right, and we going to need a structure output for this one, because we need revised title and reason why the title is revised. Okay, this part is done. This will provide as the title. Now we will set the key takeaways. Key takeaways won't need any structured output. It will be text only. Then we will set the outline for our agent. Okay, these are the part I'm just narrating you, because there aren't many things configured here differently than the previous nodes. You have to use define below. You have to provide your user prompt. then you have to define a system prompt, and everything you are getting in the description for free. Then make sure to connect everything to Haiku model or any particular model you fancy. Okay, let's move forward. Now I'm gonna finish this part very quickly, then we will set our post. Now the final post is ready. Okay, the final, not the final, but the first draft of the post is ready. Now we have set how many post words we need. For example, we have set 1000 here. 1000 is a good limit for an article, but if you want a shorter article, please feel free to set it 1000 or 1500, or if you want a larger article, set it 3000 or anything. Okay, now whatever the data it produce, I will save it in a draft post node. Draft will be saved here, and then I will check whether the words are in the limit or not. For that, I'm gonna use a code node which will basically produce word count and word limit and char count and char limit over. Basically, this is the main part. This is defined whether we have exceeding the word limit or not. This gives us the word count, and this gives us the char count, character count. Okay. Now I'm gonna connect these two nodes. I'm not gonna hit execute right now because there are few more things we need to complete for this particular setup, because in next part we are going to move to humanization, and then I'm going to execute these two parts entirely together. Okay, now we have checked whether the limit is under or not. If it is under, you can see it will be true or false. If it is over, we are going to use a custom agent which will which will produce a word under, but we again need to check whether it has provided the right output or not. And why am I connecting this with the final draft? Because this produce output, and this also produce a output. So that's why I've connected this here, so that it won't confuse between the two, because those two nodes provide the same output. Okay, then again I'm gonna generate a word count, char count, and again check whether the limit is reached or not. And if let's say again it is over the limit, it will again run this. But in first scenario, it will eliminate the scenario and pass, and we will go to the false node, which will be humanization of the content by our custom AI. Okay, so what we have defined here is that, okay, return only humanized post, nothing extra. But this is not the important part. Important part is the system prompt. If I can show you, I will open a notepad and show you guys. So this is the prompt for the system. You will receive a blog post. Your role is to humanize the prompt or the post. So we have mentioned what it needs to do: avoid metaphors, cliche generation, extra adjective, hashtags, semicolon, comments, etc. Banned words will be this. Okay, these are very what it is called. It is called buzzwords. Yeah, these are the buzzwords that AI use. So we have asked it to remove this kind of words. Okay, we'll close this and save. Once that is done, we will move on to, okay, for this particular one I'm going to use a bit expensive model, that is 4.5 sonnet, or you can use 4.5 haiku model. Okay, now this part is done. You can name this as 4.5 sonnet. Okay, now it will produce a human content which we will store here. Let me now clean up and execute everything. Okay, this is all in one big line, but when you use my template, you will get everything in nice and structured sections. Let's execute this. So we have received the output of the humanized content, that is 10 AI automation for business automation, introduction, intelligence, work automation, manual processes, slow down your business, it has lists down where it could be used. It could be used in supply chain, customer feedback collection, IT infra monitoring, sales pipeline management, and etc. Okay, so it has mentioned everything that a blog post should contain for our this title, that is 10 real world use case of n8n for workflow automation. All right, now we have made a humanization from our end, but we need to consult third party. For that we will be using a few nodes, and I will copy those right now. Copy. And the last node is the wait, because we don't want to rate limit our API. That's why we are waiting 30 seconds each time. Let me activate these. Is this and this. Okay, now this will receive the content, that is set post humanized item json dot post humanized body, and it will execute. Okay, after its execution we are going to ask it to generate. Okay, I will let you know what is the exact configuration here. So we are using AI detection, so API call is app.ai detection plus v1 API process, and then we are providing text, and task is detect AI. All right, and for humanization everything remains same, but the task will be humanized. Okay, it will return us a output which will contain response is AI, and we need to make sure is it true or false. Is it true, then we will humanize the post. If not, we are going to send everything to this particular agent which will compose a HTML for us. All right, if false, go to this agent. If not, go to humanization and then go to this agent. Okay, ultimately it has to reach there only. Nice test. And there's a special part here. For example, response dot humanize text, that will be either from this. If this is not executed, means it's false. If is it false, we are going to get data from this particular node, that is this set post humanize item dot post humanize body. Okay, now it needs to create a structured HTML for us. All right, no commentary, etc., and it will generate that for us. Now after that we need to add a code node which will do the parsing for us. I'm not executing the entire thing because I need to wait every time it's executing, so I'm adding many nodes at a time and explaining what it does, and I will execute them all in bulk. What this node does is it's clean our HTML and put it in a formatted. This is the formatting, and this is our raw HTML. You can change the styling by altering this particular style, and we will move forward and make a call and create a post meta agent that will get our content and produce few things, namely three: SEO title, description, and prompt for our image. Okay, title, description, and prompt for image. And for this particular model we are going to use 4om mini, because this is not a creative task, this is more of a AI task. Okay, so that's why I'm going to use HTML agent with this, and as well as the post meta agent with this. All right, so we have added all our nodes that is need to generate post data as well as image. So first we have set everything, that is title, description, and post image prompt. Then we asked Nano Banana, and Nano Banana is a Google text to image generation model which works so flawlessly. In order to access that particular model of Google, we are going to use Open Router. Okay, Open Router, select predefined credentials, then go Open Router and provide your API key here. Okay, and you can find Open Router here. Open Router API. Then you go on, you get the credits. It is very straightforward. You just buy the credit and start using them. Okay, and it consumes my $10 per month, but I'm making multiple automation at a time, so it is fairly cheap as well. Then select Open Router account, then provide this particular model, that is 2.5 flash image. Make sure this is the same model. You can You don't have to worry because you are going to import the entire thing using JSON. I have mentioned below in the guide. Okay, then there will be this prompt which is generated by AI. Then this will be the, okay, this is the important part. We need an image ratio of 3 by 1. So that's why we have provided this reference image of 3 by 1, so that Nano Banana will provide us the image in this particular ratio only, not any particular ratio. Okay, this particular ratio. All right. And prompt mention it's very specifically that it needs to produce, it needs to refer the see here, use the shared image to refer the expectation. Okay, now we are going to make it base 64, then convert the file base 64 into a file and upload it to ImageDB, and then set the post meta using the agent created title, description and image from Nano Banana. All right, so all of my nodes have executed here, and we got final data of post image, post SEO title, SEO description. And what we need to do now is to club everything together. Okay, this is the photo of n8n used in business operations in 3 by 1 format. Okay, now we will club everything together. We'll zoom in, drag it down. I will connect these two nodes and say post title, post SEO title, SEO description, HTML body, then image, input title and input keywords. Okay, these are the things we need. So you can see it is giving me a preview of how these things have been executed. Now I'm going to use 3 platforms to forward this thing. First will be Google Drive, then another will be Notion, and another thing will be WordPress. And you can delete what part you don't need here. All right, for WordPress you will be requiring the WordPress account with WordPress application API key. Okay, so you can simply Google WordPress application password or key, and you will go onto the page where you can access your application. Then you provide this key and your WordPress will be good to go. Right, WordPress is pretty straightforward of what you need to do. In WordPress you need to basically download the image VB URL first. Okay, because we need base 64 image, then upload that image onto your WordPress account. Okay, you have to mention your particular URL here. Okay, then you will be using WordPress authentication, and content will be file type example image, and it will be an binary file. Once that is uploaded, you set the you update the basically your blog post. Okay, with JSON ID post call, and you provide the featured image there. All right, you have created the post, you have downloaded the image, you upload the image, and then you set the image ID in your post. I won't be executing WordPress here because for one, I have a WordPress account, but it requires a business WordPress account, and for that particular thing is not with me right now. So I'm going to showcase you the Notion and the doc account, how you can do that. Okay, for docs is pretty simple, but this one step is important. That is, you first create your post, but you not mention the body in it. Okay, it will be resolved when I execute it. Then you update your doc with the actual body, because when you try to create post with the HTML, your HTML formatting will be considered as a plain text and won't be rendered as formatted HTML. Okay, that's why you make the doc, then update it, and then make it public and add it into your Google Sheet. All right, let me format this. Okay, stop, do not execute now. For Notion is pretty tricky, so I will show you how it works. It's quite a long process, but I will give you a demonstration and explanation why this work in particular manner. Okay, so first we convert our HTML into an array based on this regex pattern. Then we receive tags. Okay, in Notion everything is an element and every element is inside an element, so you need to basically make it Notion ready in a way. Then we have the tags from the HTML. Now we will ask a GPT or a AI model to compose this in a Notion format. We have provided it a sample of what it needs to do. For example, here there is a table. uh, it needs to convert this list into this particular format. Then if there is a h1, it needs to convert that h1 in this particular format. So we have mentioned what it needs to convert and in what format we need it. All right, for this particular task I suggest choose 4.1 mini because it has a larger input context. Okay, or you can use 5.1 mini as well because 5.1 mini has a larger output context. For this particular scenario, 5.1 mini would be the ideal choice. Reason being, our HTML will be shorter compared to the output because I have shown you how nested the Notion is. So I use 5.1 mini. Though in my workflow it must be 4.1, but for a safer side do use 5.1 mini. Okay, and see mini model here. 5.1. Okay, I can't see mini here, so I will be using 5.1, or let's go with 4.1 mini. I don't know why for 5.1 mini is not there, it used to be here. Now we're gonna pass that thing. Okay, we're gonna pass that JSON, or you can simply use AI agent with the parser. All right, then we are going to validate each block. Okay, if there is an error or not. Then we are going to loop over each block and add it to our Notion. API Notion /1 slash post ID and children, update it, and you have to provide it the block. Okay, then once everything is executed, we are going to send Notion done. Okay, this is updated, and we are going to add some other values. Is post SEO description, post SEO title, and post title. I'm going to show you how this look on just Notion as well. Okay, so with that I have explained you everything, how these things work and how they are configured, and now I'm gonna execute the entire flow. But before that, let me do one thing. Let me connect everything back together, close the loop. Okay, now we are not closing the loop, that's why we need to close the loop. So for that I'm going to drag this three parts back to the for loop. All right, so these all three are closed, or so I'm returning everything back to the for loop, or you can do use merge node and combine everything together. Ultimately what you need is a title. Okay, because we are going to send a email after the completion. Okay, we're going to send an email after completion which will say, hello, new blog post has been added. Please check this particular sheet, and I have not mentioned the name of the titles because it requires few extra step and configuration, and that will make it much longer automation. It's already is a big automation right now, if you can see. Okay, that's why I skipped on that part. But I have told you how you can do it. You simply use a merge node with a combination. This will be merge and use a combine, then use position element. Okay, delete this, and I'm going to execute the entire flow now. And one more thing, when we are done with creating Google Doc, we mark our post as completed. Okay, you see here, we mark it as completed and update the article link, title, SEO title, and description. I will be back when the entire automation is executed, and I will showcase you the updated sheet as well as the Notion and Google Doc. All right, the entire automation has executed, as you can see. it has looped over, it has sent me a notification, and it has updated the Google Sheet. It is completed now. These were completed earlier because I wanted to run only one. So let's see the article. So this is the article it wrote. Introduction: Automation Revolution with n8n. Understanding top 10 n8n automation workflow use case: marketing automation, sales and CRM, customer support, human resource, financial operation workflows, e-commerce, project management, IT operation, data analysis, and AI enhanced workflows. Pretty cool. Now let's go back and see what we have on the Notion. Okay, we go here, we see it created a post. We must get a URL for that. Okay, we got the URL, and I will copy this URL and open it. Okay, also for the Notion you have to get your API keys from the Notion. That's how you're gonna make the connection with Notion. Okay, to set it, you simply search Notion API key, and there you have to configure your key. Okay, alright, so I have found the exact page. You go on the Notion guide, then you click view integration. Okay, here you come, a developer, Notion, docs, anything, but there will be the link view my integration, and here you can create your integration. For this I have n8n connection. I have provided read and update and insert content, and you have to select which specific your pages you need to give access to. For me it's n8n automation. Okay, let's see what it's created. It will be the same thing it created for Google Doc. All right, so you can see it has created the doc as well as Notion guide. That's the wrap up of the upgraded n8n SEO blog automation breakdown with the smart research node, humanized content, next level image generation, and true omni-channel publishing. This setup is becoming complete end-to-end content machine. I'm planning on making a keyword research as well. So comment down keywords and I will definitely dropping a video on keyword research, and then a third automation of version 3 which will combine keyword research along with this automation. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your question in the comments. I'm always listening and improving my system based on your feedback. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in next one.